Okay, so welcome to my garden again. Here we are in early May, and we're going to take a look at another plant which really needs a video to be appreciated. The pictures just can't get its whole magnificence in one go. And that's the wisteria here. As you can see, it covers the whole of the back of the house. So it's quite some plant. And this plant itself is about 8 years old. It was purchased in flower, obviously nowhere near as big as this at the time, and you can see how much the branches have grown from what they were, just sort of little whippy things. And two key things to keep a wisteria in good condition. First of all is the planting conditions. They really do appreciate a south-facing wall because they get all the extra heat from that, and that's exactly what we've got here at the back of the house. And the other thing that they do is their roots, God knows where they are. They'll be certainly all the way under this patio and probably halfway across the rest of the garden. They really are wonderful, and I certainly never bother actually watering the plant itself. It's getting its water from elsewhere in the garden. So, how do we get a wisteria looking like this? Well, there's all the gardening books say prune twice a year. I certainly do the winter prune, and we'll talk about that a little bit more in a minute. But if I just prune this once in the summer, it would be right up into the eaves of the roof. Oh, in a month it will be. And certainly we wouldn't be able to look out of our windows. It would be totally covering them. So basically for me, I prune this wisteria, tidy up the leaves that are in the wrong places. So if we call that pruning, probably about once every 10 days to 2 weeks. It's near enough my grass in this garden that has no grass, because it's the job that needs doing on a very much an ongoing basis. And because it's not really practical to keep getting the ladder out and everything throughout the summer, I have a very long pruning thing meant for trees that I use, and I can reach the roof. So that's pretty good. But even so, I do manage to miss some, and we do have to go up into the roof and get the escapees. But the pruning, the winter pruning, the key thing about that, and that's really what creates all this wonderful flower, is that you form fruiting spurs. Now, if we just take a look at this one here, and what you can see is that gradually over the years it's grown. I've trimmed it back to 3 buds, it's grown again. I've trimmed it back to 3 buds, it's grown again, and I keep pruning back to 3 buds. The winter prune I always do on the 1st of January, or as close as possible to it, just because it's the first of the new year. It makes me feel like the year started. And all over the plant, can we see underneath here? Actually, this is quite a good example. You can see there that I pruned that this year, the 3 buds, 1, 2, 3, it's the third one that's actually decided to flower. You go to 3 just so that the likelihood is one of those 3 will. And if the top one gets knocked off for some reason, then the next one can take it. And again, and again. And so from here, we've got, see this one here, this is about to grow. We'll get leaf on there, see their leaves just starting. And so next year that will go back to 3 buds, and we build up more and more and more places where the plant can actually flower. And that's how we end up with this much flower. And see, this is one of the suggestions the gardener gave me, is I've got this little archway here, and so we take the wisteria over and across as well, just to extend the coverage. And this bit, as you can see, is not had as much sun, maybe not quite as warm because it's not actually against the house, and so that's a little further behind. And nice thing about that is we get a bit of a repeat, not a repeat flower, but we get the flowers to come. Now, one of the things about the wisteria, why it isn't actually a recommended plant in my lists, is that the seeds certainly are poisonous. I'm always very, very careful if there are any flower pods about picking them up as soon as I see them, take them off the plant. And obviously I've never had any problem with my dogs, but it is something to consider. But for me, picking up a few seed pods far is outweighed by this beauty of having this wonderful plant. and these wonderful flowers. Okay, well, thank you very much, and see you all again soon. Bye.